Hello, welcome, and I hope you guys are having a beautiful Sunday. Today I'm feeling a little orange, so hence the orange lipstick and the caftan. And I just want to say that I am Pinup Miami. I am so grateful that you are joining me today on how to use hair hot rollers. A lot of you asked me how to use them, and I am here today. Now, first of all, where to find hot rollers? You can find them everywhere, even Amazon. And I actually found mine at a local thrift store. So you could find them anywhere. So if you don't want to spend like 50 bucks on like a complete set of a lot of them, you know, I picked up, let me be careful because it's hot. I picked up this set here at the thrift store for $8.99. So, and just check it out. I forgot how many there are. So there's 20 rollers. So there's 20 rollers here, and they almost always have like the small ones and big ones. So this one's a mix of 8 small ones, and then the rest are big, which is fine. They're not really small because I don't like them really small because I know it just create like a lot of frizz and curl. So yeah. So right now, hi Giselle, hello. So yeah, so my hair is ideally to do hair rollers and have a nice set that lasts a while. The best thing to do is to have your hair like washed and then air dried or blow dried straight. Make sure to smooth out any frizzies, you know, so that way when you roll them, you're not rolling frizzy hair into a hot roller, if that makes sense. So I want to say, let me see, where am I going to put this? So I want to say thank you for joining in, and if you have any questions, feel free, you know, that way I feel like I'm getting ready at a sleepover with other ladies. So I'm going to take down my hair. Oh, so what I was saying is my hair is dirty, and ideally I would suggest, I like to do it when my hair is like a little cleaner, usually washed, and I blow dried or air dried and then smooth out any frizzies. So, well, hello Giselle from Tennessee. How are y'all? How's the weather over there? I love Tennessee. I went there with my sister, and it was beautiful. I wish I could live in Miami and in Tennessee, you know, and just fly whenever. Hello Jessica Angel. Hey girl. So here, you guys have probably seen like all my different types of frizziness and even hair growth. So for this, I'm going to take off my earrings to make it easier. I always use clip-ons, even though you might notice that I do have holes in my ears. So I'm just going to brush my hair. And again, I always use my detangling brush because it's, you know, I don't want to tense up my hair as much. Not tense up, damage my hair. You know, so I'm just gonna brush it, make sure there's no knots. Oh, just so it's hot and humid in Tennessee. Well, in Florida it's rainy, so if you guys hear like thunder, or if my power if my power goes out, if it really thunders really hard. So, and a lot of people think my hair is short because my hairstyles, I always tease it, but this is how long it is. Yeah. Okay, so all right. So then we're going to start off by parting our hair and separating it. I'm going to say it quickly, but I'm sure as people come in and ask me questions, I'll repeat anything that's needed. But for this, I'm going to use, you know, these clips just to help separate the hair. Since my hair is dirty, or if you have thin hair, I'd recommend having dry shampoo. Any dry shampoo, it doesn't matter. You can get the cheap stuff and it still works. I'll be using the Tresemme hairspray. I love this one. It's the all-day humidity resistant, so it'd be perfect for Tennessee and Florida right now. And then I'm going to be using pomade. It's going to be the Lady Luck hair pomade. And yes, so, oh, and my hot rollers. Again, I got them at the thrift store for $8.99, so you could buy a whole new one or just get them used and then clean them. And this is from Remington. And they also sell these cute little portable ones. Not at the thrift, well, at the thrift store you can find them. So, okay. So I part my hair usually the same way that I part my bangs. So a little bit like in front of where my eyebrow arch is. And then I bring it back and then make a line. And then go from here all the way to behind the ear. And then we're gonna separate this here. Then we're gonna separate here. You can't see the black on the black all the way behind the ear. Hi Bernadette, thank you. Let's see, so we're gonna separate here. And my dog wants to go in the other room. One moment. Roxy. Sorry about that. All right, so then we're gonna just pick up the whole back for now and leave it for last. I always leave it last because nobody sees the back of my hair, so I leave it last. Because you want all your energy and all your enthusiasm in the front. You're like, yeah, let's do this. And then you get to the back and you're like, all right, when are we gonna be done? So it's like a whole thing. Hello, Anna. Girl, tú eres bella. I love you. All right, so we're gonna start off with the front here. Now, I ran out of heat resistant spray, so I don't have any, but you can use any heat resistant spray. So let's see. All right, now hot rollers are hot, so who would have thought that hot rollers would be hot? So these come, let me see if I could show you without getting burnt. I love that this one comes in a little stand, you know. They come however, and I love these that are velvety. Oh, I can't, they're too hot. Hold on. You see, I love the ones that have the velvet because it helps like not cause a lot of frizz. So, and these clamps, I love the ones with the clamps instead of the metal rods because they're so much easier. See, and then they just go in and out. Bloop, bloop. So this is what I'll be grabbing from the side. Woo! All right, so with hot rollers, it's the look that I'm going for with hot rollers is a softer curl instead of tight curls. I mean, but you could get both. Oh, Anna, right? I got this also at the same thrift store that I got the hot rollers. And the reason I got those hot rollers was because it had all the qualities I just told you about. And I used to have ones like those, but then I lost pieces when I moved. So here, whoa, I pulled that a little too hard. So here I separated, and then you gotta remember that your rollers are only a certain wide width. So you gotta make sure you grab enough hair that fits. You don't want it to go over because then, you know, it's not gonna really hold a curl. So I'm gonna cut this in half, or not cut it, but, you know, separate it in half. And again, like I said, I'm gonna make it a little thicker because I want softer curls in this look. And for the top here, I'm gonna use the smaller rollers. So I'm gonna grab them. And then what you do is on the sides, you grab it because then you don't want to burn yourself. And then I like to curl the ends and then try to lay the ends in. And try to make sure everything is on the roller. And then you get this, it's also hot, and bloop, whew, and don't burn yourself. So then yes, and this method is really quick because if you want to set your hair, and imagine it's like the curling iron, but with the curling iron, you know how we pin it in place, this has the heat still in there, so then it just like, it sets the curl in. Y'all know what I mean. Claire, love watching you. Are your arms aching yet? No, not yet, not yet. So then, same thing here. You're gonna roll. I like to roll the ends flat as much as I can and then roll it down. And again, I put some pressure pulling it up so that way it grabs every little hair and it curls. There you go. Let's see. Cheryl. Hello, Cheryl. How are you? So again, for this one, I'm going for a softer look. And that's why I'm picking bigger sections. Again, if you pick smaller sections, they're going to be tighter curls. But I'm going a loose. I'm going to get an ab workout going. Yeah, Anna, isn't this a great roller set? I love it. And make sure you hold it taut, you know, like, again, you don't want to pull your hair out, but you want to make sure that it goes smooth. And if you feel like your hair is not smooth, just brush it a bit. And again, for this side, I'm using the smaller rollers. They're not tremendously smaller, but I want it to grab. And you want to make sure that the end of your hair, let me show you in the next one. And this, I would say, is safer than curling iron because you're not putting direct heat. You know, the curling iron, do I have one here? Let me get it. Curling iron, you know, you have direct heat that this is super hot. You know, the curling, the hot rollers are hot, but they're not as direct heat. You know what I mean? So here I notice, you know, it's not that wide. I'm going to get a bigger roller. And as you can see with this one, it's so much easier. And I roll the ends and I make sure that it's flat. You know, you don't want it to twist in any way. But also, I don't want to hold it all the way to the end because I do have a little bit of layers at the end. So then here, you're gonna pin it. Same thing here. And pin it. And you see we have a quarter done. What do you guys think? It looks crazy. And this is also great that if you just want to put a little volume in your hair while you do your makeup, you know, pin them in. There you go. Okay, so now on this side. Bloop, 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 bloop. So do any of you use rollers on a regular basis? I'd like to know. By rollers, I mean hot rollers, since that's the topic today. So that is a little too wide. Let me just, yeah. So for the top here, on the top part, I'm using these smaller rollers. You know what? Let me show you. I didn't show you the size. You know, see, it's not that much smaller, but it's smaller, which is perfect for the top. So I gotta say, the only downfall about hot rollers is the space it takes to store it. You know, you see that big contraption? I mean, good thing, you know, everything in my house, you know, it goes with the theme of my house of vintage beauty items, so there we go. Make sure your ends are tucked in, but going the same way as your hair, and bring it in. And be careful because everything is hot. So for this style, you're gonna feel, you know, I should have brought my fan. Woo. bring it in. There you go. Ooh, I grabbed it in the wrong spot. So then here. Now, if you have longer or thicker hair, you're going to have to take, even if you want, you know, you're going to have to take smaller sections because that's just how your hair is. Ooh, wrong one. If you have shorter hair, you know, like any other kind of setting method, depending on the size of the roller, you get a different effect on your hair. Effect. Look. Not effect. So then again, curl the ends. Anna, you'd actually, you would be rolling forever. Yes, but at the same time, it would technically, you know, last longer. Well, for you, if you have really, really long hair or thick hair, the best way if you want really a curl to stay is, you know, a wet set. Because that way, no matter, like, since if your hair is too thick and you do this, your outer hair is not going to get as hot, you know, and then set with heat as easily as if it was all wet and then you let it dry, air dry overnight, or with a, I have one and I don't know the name, with one of those, like, heat thingies. You know what I'm talking about. Let's see, Claire. I remember, oh, I remember my mom had a set of heated roller. They'd be classed as vintage now. And plastic spikes. See, the plastic spikes. The thing with the plastic spikes, I don't like them. But they don't come. You see how in mine, like, the clip to put the roller is on top of the roller. For those, the metal rods would not be in here. You know, you put it in after. But after a while, they start getting hot because your roller's hot. But I feel like it's a hot mess and gets stuck in your hair. And then you have little crimps. That's why I like this, because you don't see the crimp of the roller. So now for the back. Let me see. So you see, I've only used... So you also have to know how many rollers you have left. If you have a travel set of 6 and you take it... You know, that's usually to give volume in your hair. Or you could also set and then pick the first one, put them back. But I like to get a big set because that way you can just set it one time. So then, you know, we're going to brush out the back because I've been touching it. Now for the back, I like to put it into 2 sections when I do hot rollers. Where's my thing? So I'm going to go right down the middle. And I'll show you guys. So then we're gonna pin one side up. Ooh, look at that. I look like a little Big Bird. All right, so a tiki Big Bird. So then you see how I parted it. And now if you're by yourself like I am, or you're doing it at home, because I'm many of you that watch, and what I really try to advocate when I teach any of my classes or do anything online is how to do things at home because you want to do it for yourself. Either to feel good or you have a big event going on and you also want to save up money from going to a hair salon, you know? So you're going to take a section, and again with a mirror in front of you, I'm going to show you what I'm seeing because you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. And then take a section and then, you know, because my hair is dirty, that's like that, but brush it out and check to see if your rollers fit. So you see, perfect. So you're gonna grab it and this, make sure it lays flat and then bring it in, and again pull it a little up so you know you create that tautness and it all smooths on. There you go. And there you go. It also feels nice to have everything just up. So then you're gonna do the same thing, going down. Grab as much as you could see that could fit. Fit as much as you could fit on to your roller. And again, make sure to move any of the hairs and separate, because you don't want to create like this frizzy mess. Okay. And then brush it out. This and also this hot roller method, I would say number one number one like best haircut for this is like a midi cut, a short midi, because it would be the quickest way to style your hair, make it stay. So then here I'll do one more. Again, as you can see in all my other methods, if you've watched a lot of my Facebook lives, or I think I have just a handful of YouTube videos, you'll see that I usually grab smaller sections, but for this, I want to, you know, spend less time as possible on it and go for a looser look, like more casual look with volume. So here's one side, and there I used 3 rollers. Let's see, Sarah. I worked hard and tried many methods to get my frizzy nest into a neatly perfect coif. This hair is naturally blessed with perfect curls for pinup looks that I almost messed up with constantly flat ironing in the 2000s. Heat styling is something I reserve for special occasions. When I'm running late, I use hot rollers, curling irons at least once a week. Yeah, you know, this is a great method if you don't want to sit there and sleep with your rollers, and it's less damaging than curling iron. And I like this method. If I had shorter hair, I'd probably use it more. Like I said, a midi cut. But I also like it if it also, you'll see the kind of look. Once you start doing your hair in different kind of ways, you'll notice what hair set gives you the look that you desire. So here, same method. Grab as much as you think. Make sure it fits onto your roller. And thank you all for the love on my caftan, because you know when you're at home, you don't really want to like get all dressed up, but you still want to look good. That's the vibe I'm going for. Let me know what you think. Ooh, see, it felt a little frizzy knot, so. And I feel like I'm getting sweaty. Here we go. Yeah, putting a serum, a shining serum. I have a shining spray under my under my bathroom cabinet. It's like it's the same as a hairspray, but it's just shine. So when I finish my hairstyles, I like to add shine. It also helps with my yellow to stay vibrant. Alrighty then. So now I'm going to separate this into my last 2 sections. Alright, so ask me questions, because I'm going to wait a little bit before I unroll them, because I want them to cool down. So feel free to have some questions ready for me. So while we wait for these to cool down a bit. And let's see here. Because if you take your hot rollers off right away, your curls are not setting. Ow. Yeah. And then I'm going to do one more. Yeah, let's see, Sarah. Thank you. Yeah, experimenting with different sets is important, because like I said, you never know what works for you. If you have a different type of face, or if you have a lot of hair, I wouldn't start too much to the right, because then you're gonna have too much hair, you know, on your bang. And then Linda, your hair. Oh, hi Linda. Love you, Linda. My hair is really long. Everyone thinks it's short because I'm always teasing it or doing a fake roll in the back or up in victory rolls. Okay, so this is my hot roller set. It does weigh more than any other set because, you got rollers in your hair. And then, yeah, that's how the back looked like. I don't know what it looks like, but you guys tell me. And let's see, Sarah, do you notice your color changing if you use a lot of heat products on your yellow hair? I did with my mermaid teal. You know what? No, I never noticed the color difference in yellow. I'm like a yellow. I'm trying to think when I curl my hair. No, I don't notice a difference. I notice a difference a lot when I wash it. But that's why a trick, if you have colorful hair and you want your hair to stay vibrant, because even with my roots out, a lot of people at least, you know, notice that I keep my hair decently bright. And the trick is to, like, on my conditioner, I mix in a bit of the yellow that I use in my hair product. And then when I wash it and put conditioner, it like does a little treatment to re-yellowify. So if you have red hair, I did it when I had red hair. And I would put the hair dye a little bit into my conditioner. And that way it give you a little refresher. That's a good word. A refresher. Alright, so here you have your hot rollers. And you're going to touch them until they're cool. So what I usually do is I do this process before doing my makeup. That way, you know, you let your rollers like set their curl, then you do your makeup, and then you could get dressed, or you could put whatever you want on, okay? And in case you're wondering, today's lipstick, it's again from that sale from last weekend that I told you guys about by Milk Cosmetics. I've never tried their products, so when they had like a very cheap sale for National Lipstick Day, I decided, let me give them a try. But I don't know how I'm feeling about this. It looks pretty on the camera, but this is the Melt in Monarca. And it looks really pretty, but I gotta say, it doesn't feel pretty on my lips. Literally, this was 4 layers of lipstick. And I still feel like it looks like chalk. What do you guys think? Not really my favorite thing here, but that's why. Well, this is why I'm happy I got it on a sale. All right, so any questions so far on heat rollers? I'm still waiting a little bit. You know, maybe I could start with the front for now. I don't want to keep y'all waiting and then you guys leave. And if you follow me on TikTok, my TikTok is Pinup Miami. I love doing like random videos. If you want to see a different side of me, go on my TikTok. But I have, Vivian bought me little hands. If you guys know, I have tiny hands, but now I have little skeleton hands. Woo-wee. They're just silly. Okay, so we're gonna get started just so I don't have you guys waiting and enjoying your day. It's still a little warm to the touch, but we're gonna start in the same way that we started. So first things first, remember that after you do your rollers, number one thing, because if you own a house or you own your own thing, you don't want your house to burn down, because then you're not going to be able to do your hair because you won't have a house or a living place or an apartment. So number one thing is turn off your hot rollers. That way, just make yourself like used to taking them off, so that way you, you know, it's a habit, especially if you're younger. Susan, greetings from Dublin. Love your videos. Why, thank you so much. That's one of my dream places to go, is Dublin, is Ireland. I actually have a sticker from a Rockabilly Dublin. Right now the name is escaping me. So then as I do my rollers, so I don't have a hot mess, I'm putting them right back in to my thing. So in case you're wondering where I'm putting them, you know, that's what I also like about hot rollers. They have their own little compartment, nicely organized. So you see how the curls are different than all the other curls? It's a softer look for me because, again, I use bigger sections. Woo. and my hair's dirty. Alright, so softly. Claire, you're surprised how quickly they worked. I think sometimes my hair sets a little quickly. I mean, if I let it longer, it'll be a little more curled. But I also think it's because if you see, my hair is naturally black and I bleach it to get this yellow. I think because damaged hair just holds a curl longer. Yes, it's because my laptop is in the other room. But yes, I love that sticker. I always get asked about it. The sticker, says Rockland, Dublin. It's like the cutest thing ever. I regret putting it on my laptop because lately I found a trick to keep stickers that you buy, like a magnet thing at Michael's or any craft store, and then you put the sticker on top and then cut it. So when I see you, can I please have another one? Because I really love it. And I can't wait for Viva East again. You know, if you listen to my podcast, I should interview you on my podcast, Susan. That would be awesome. Let me know. I talk about Viva East a lot on my podcast because it really was a great event and I met a lot of incredible people. So, and my podcast is called Pin Podcast. You can look it up, pinpodcast.com. It's been my baby since quarantine. I've had to cancel all my events and everything that I do, which is really sad. So, on to the next thing, right? Yeah, Linda, that's a great thing for stickers, you know. And because sometimes you get some really cool stickers, you know, and then you're just like, oh, where do I put them? And then you put them somewhere that you think is going to be there forever. And then you realize, oh, this laptop is dying. I need a new one. And then you're like, where do I want to keep my stickers? I'm just not going to break my laptop cover. So from now on, I'm putting my stickers on magnets and putting them on the fridge because they last longer. So the back is still a little warm to the touch, but we're going to go with it. There you go. So this is taking off the hot rollers. As you can see, it's different than all the other sets I've done. They're way looser. So let's do the fun part and brush them out and let's see what's going on. Because I always tell everyone, you know, when they ask me how I do my hair, I go with the flow of my hair. But before I do brushing, I like to go with my fingers and separate the curls. Oh, Susan, thank you so much. I'm going to let you know after this. So yeah, I just brush them out. My hair naturally has a lot of volume to it, so it'll get really big. Oh, and it feels good to just do that. So then, this is what it looks like with a finger brush. Then I like to get pomade and warm them up in my fingers and then go all over my hair just to create like a smoothness. You could also use a serum depending, but don't put too much product because if it's something that's wet, that's why I love pomade, because if you were to put water or serum, it could instantly frizz your hair. So I like the pomade, and I like to put pomade here because I always get a lot of frizzies, and you see, already smoothing enough. So then I like to brush from the bottom to the top, and then hopefully some curls set from this. See, a softer look. And I'm going to tease my bang a bit, so. And like I said in the beginning, it's going to be a softer look than my norm. But you see that deep wave? Oh, I'm liking it. I'll put some more life there in a few. But I like that it's doing this wave here. I feel very 60s. And then I use my hands to guide it. So yeah, you see it's a softer look, but it's smooth and it gives volume. And then here. Yeah, I should have kept it a little longer, but we all got things to do, right? All right, so I'm gonna tease a little bit to make everything look a little livelier. So I'm gonna take my bang here and I'm gonna separate. Here you can put some dry shampoo if you like, and then a soft tease. I always say if the hair stands by itself, it's a good one. So then here. Again, never back comb too rough. You don't want to ruin your hair and you don't want to make knots. And then for this, I'm going to add them a little together here so they stay. And I never put it at the end because I want it to be smooth. So for this, I'll brush out. You know, because I like this swoop bang look. I feel like I grabbed too much hair. Yeah. Then I hold this down and you can either smooth or brush. And don't brush out your tease like I just did. So then yes, this is a softer look. I'm gonna brush and just play with it because you know you have this curl that's saved into your hair. Then I'm gonna tease a little bit over here. Just to give some volume. Smooth out the front here. Yeah. So then yeah. A softer, more, what would you call this? A softer look. So yeah, so this gives it a whole different look. That's why I say to experiment with different sets and different ways of curling your hair, because you get a different vibe. Like if I wanted a more, I'm gonna say like, I feel like very 60s with this hairstyle. I'll probably leave my roller so I can get a little more curl in the bottom. But then let's say I wanted more volume here. Simply, the trick, a little quick tip is just tease here and then smooth it out. You see? And it creates a whole nice wave. So I got these soft waves. I'm liking them. And then at the end, I just get a little hairspray. And then I like to push up to make sure that I stay. And I like that it's doing this little wavy push. And here in this hairstyle, you see the length of, I'm sweating from these hot rollers. with this set, you see like my hair, how long it is. This is probably a hairstyle I'd wear to every day so I don't tease or put up my hair too much. But you see it's simply a little brush out, teasing the bangs. Has a lot of life in this hair, movement. So if you're looking for movement, it's a good hairstyle. Let's see here. Do any of you have any questions about this look? Any suggestions, complaints? Let me know. I'll probably put a little more pomade right there. And then that is the look. So you see with hot rollers, what takes the longest is the set. Well, with any kind of set, the setup is the longest. And then from there, I'm just putting pomade here to tame the little hairs. So yes, this is the look. And then from there, you're set. Put hairspray if you like. I'm gonna put some shine in it, and that way it will shine. And it really gives, you know, a fun, at least for me, it's a fun, different look for me. and you have the waves. And you can see if it's shorter, it would have like so many different other waves. But I like it, and it's voluminous. So in a consensus, in a short summary, hot rollers help with volume. It helps if you want a looser look, if you have a medium to long hair. And if you have short hair, it is ideal if you have a mini cut, because then that way you could replace any type of set with that, except wet sets. And if you have long hair, use a wet set. You know, that's what I would suggest if you want a curl to hold. But if you want something quick on the go or a soft look, hot rollers is the way to go. And like I said, I would suggest something that has a velvety feel. It helps with the less frizz. And if you guys have any suggestions for next week, please leave me a comment down below or send me a DM. Follow me on Instagram. It's Pinup Miami. And make sure to check out my podcast, Pin Podcast, at pinpodcast.com. I like to talk about modern topics with a vintage flair. And I really hope that you guys could help me by subscribing on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora. I'm on everything, even on YouTube, Pinup Miami. So I will see you all next week, and thank you all for joining in.